Bye! I'm Simone.
I'm Celeste, and welcome to College Wednesdays, a series in which we give you college advice on a Wednesday. Today, we're going to be giving 5 tips for sophomores in high school in 5 minutes.
Okay, the series is called College Wednesdays, but this is about tips for high school. We didn't think this through. I'm sorry.
These are tips that are pretty good if you're a sophomore in high school to help you out with college applications, your high school experience in general. One more thing. Hit the notification bell and subscribe if you would like to stick around because we do this stuff every Wednesday. And we do lifestyle videos on Sunday. Without further ado, let's go on over and get into it. Tip number one. Join clubs that you are interested in. There are plenty of people who just join all the clubs, and there are plenty of people who just don't join any clubs. Celeste and I kind of had an idea that we wanted to do something business related, so we joined DECA. Start by joining clubs you're interested in because that's a great place to start. Just don't start a bunch of them and stay in them for a month and then leave because colleges want commitment. Yeah. Tip number 2, if you can, get a job or start looking for one. Yes, a job is good to help you get that coin. Okay, you want some spending cash. On the other hand, getting a job is good life experience. It is. That not just is good so that colleges will think you're cool, but also for you, okay? Get you some more real-world experience, and if you are planning on getting a job in college, I would seriously recommend getting one in high school so that you can learn how to balance work and school. Because let me tell you, sometimes with specific jobs that have a lot of time commitment, it can be hard. Yeah, it hits hard, okay? Plus, extra brownie points, you can put it on that college application. Tip number 3, which I wish I'd thought of when I was a sophomore, is start now when you're prepping for your standardized tests. Yes. I know this year it's a little bit different because the colleges are starting to be more lenient because of Miss Rona. Yeah. But you don't have a lot of time in junior and senior year, but those tests are a huge factor of where you're going to get into college. Just start thinking about it and start thinking about ways that you can start prepping for it, because if you start now, it's going to be so much easier when it's time for it to do it. Maybe take a practice test or two. If your school doesn't offer a way for you to take practice tests, there are tons of online sites. One of the ones that we used was called Crack ACT, and if you have any comments or questions about that, we can link some for you. Tip number 4, if possible, try to take an AP or 2 in sophomore year. We all kind of know the stigma that a lot of colleges want to see a bunch of APs in junior and senior year, but if you rush right in and start taking a bunch in junior year, it's gonna be rough. Yeah, you're not gonna know what's up. Try taking maybe one sophomore year if you have the opportunity, so you can kind of get acquainted with how the whole thing works. When we were sophomores, we both took AP World. We were only, as a sophomore, allowed to take one AP class, unless you were just that much more advanced. But yeah, it actually helped so much, and looking back at it now, that AP was one of the harder ones I took in high school. It was. So it can actually prepare you and make it feel a little bit smoother when you're going into junior and senior year. Yep. Yeah. Tip number 5. Take the time to enjoy yourself in sophomore year. Everyone thinks of sophomore year as this filler year of high school. You don't want to let this all get away from you, okay? So if you try and keep an equal mix of school, maybe some work, and then hobbies or friends or school events on the side, this is your 1 year where no one's really expecting you to go the extra mile. Freshman year, you're thrown in and you're just learning how to navigate high school. Junior year, it's all about what can I do to look good for college. Senior year, it's all about applying to college. Sophomore year, people really now that I'm looking back on it, I don't remember anything. I don't. I remember doing way too much. Half of these tips that we're telling you is because we made these mistakes. We did way too much sophomore year. We were involved in so many clubs that we didn't care about. And it was just dumb. Newsflash, colleges aren't going to exactly care all the time if your resume is just filled with a bunch of clubs. What if you only spent a year in each club? That shows that you're flighty. If you're actually taking time to be in those clubs, devoting time to what you're interested in, colleges are going to see that as a sign of maturity, and that's what you want them to know. So take this time to figure out what you want to do. If you want to go the extra mile, go for it. If you don't, that's cool too. Correct. That's basically all we have for you. We said we'd give you 5 tips in 5 minutes. Hopefully this has taken about 5 minutes. We tried to keep it short and sweet because no one wants to see some big thing and read all that and listen. No. So this is just stuff that we would do differently if we were back. Yeah, if we could go back to high school, these are the choices we would make. You don't have to follow them by any means, but they certainly might be helpful. Yeah. So yes, if you enjoyed this video, stick around, subscribe to us, click the little bell thing, like the video, do what you want to do. That's all we gotta say. That's literally it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye. Bye.